In Columbia, Mississippi, a 65-year-old man was pulled over for an expired tag sticker. Then this cop yanks him out of the car and begins to beat him. The man's wife begins to film with her cell phone.
Stop! Resisting! You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm a 65-year-old man and you're jumping on me like this?
The video was posted to Facebook and it went viral. The local community there, outraged, they started a petition to fire Columbia Police Department Officer Rodney Yates. But you know what? That wasn't even his first viral video, not even of the year. This man got tased first before even being yanked out of the car.
Why am I under arrest?
Failing to comply. Get out of the car. Dude, get out of the car.
No, get the fuck back. Don't touch me, man.
No.
You ain't did nothing, man.
Is he okay? Is he okay?
That's what happens when you resist from the police, man.
Then he yanked this young girl out of her car.
Man, get out of the car.
And why do I need to get out of the car?
Alright, you're under arrest.
Why am I under the arrest?
Why is she under arrest?
What did I do? I'm gonna call my boyfriend.
I've got all the videos. I'll go through them with you. And if you want to help, you can lend your support to that effort. Welcome back to the Civil Rights Lawyer channel. This original first video was submitted by a subscriber who is good friends with the wife who filmed it. The allegations are that it was a traffic stop over a dead sticker on a license plate. The officer then demanded that the driver, this 65-year-old man, exit the vehicle. When either he doesn't do it fast enough or he doesn't do it at all, the officer then forcibly yanks him out of the vehicle and begins to beat on him. That is when the wife turns on her camera. Now, from my research so far, this police department does indeed have body cams and a body cam policy, which presumably says that they're supposed to turn it on before they start beating people. I've seen in some of the comments that this officer is known for not turning his body cam on, and I can't see whether or not he's wearing a body cam. So perhaps body cam will surface and we can see additional context about how it got to this point. But what concerns me and other people clearly is what we do see, and that is this officer punching the 65-year-old man while another officer sort of holds him down so that he can't even cover his face. And we see that the 65-year-old man is visibly beaten and bloody.
Stop! Resisting! Stop resisting!
Jerry!
Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back. Get down. What in the hole? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm a 65-year-old man and you're jumping on me like this?
And that's where the video cuts off. From my understanding, he was charged multiple charges, misdemeanor, and also a felony charge. Those are still pending. This is something we commonly see: a younger hothead officer who asks somebody to get out of the car, and when they don't do it quickly enough, or when they ask questions like, why do I need to get out of the car? What did I do wrong? What crime did I commit? They see that as a challenge to their authority. They lose their temper. They escalate the situation into a violent use of force. And now an expired sticker turns into felony charges and somebody who's injured and a police officer who should now be fired. While we can't see yet, or at all maybe, the footage of what happened prior to this spot, what we do see is bad enough. The courts applied the 3 Graham factors to determine whether an amount of force used is excessive. The first factor is the severity of the crime. Here, that's very, very low. Expired sticker. The second factor is the most important, whether there's an immediate safety threat. Here, there's 2 police officers. This man is unarmed. He's 65 years old. There's a disparity of age. There's a disparity of physical strength. One of these cops is holding him down while the other is just punching him and cursing at him. This man does not appear to pose any threat. The third factor is whether he's actively resisting or evading. Here, the cop is, as he's punching him, of course, stop resisting, stop resisting.
Stop resisting!
We hear him say that. We don't see any substantial physical resistance from the 65-year-old. We certainly don't see anything more than what's at best passive resistance, not allowing his hands to be handcuffed, something like that. We don't see him kicking at the officer. We don't see him spitting at the officer. We don't see him punching at the officer. Here, unfortunately, we appear to have just a lost temper because somebody failed to respect his authority. And you'll see that where there's smoke, there's fire. This is not the first time. There's another video that recently went viral, I think only a few weeks prior to this, where you have another minor, very minor traffic stop that is quickly escalated when the officer orders the driver out of the car for no reason. And then inevitably, when the driver says, wait, why do I need to get out of the car? Because he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't commit any crime. Feels like he's being harassed. Maybe he's scared. The officer instantly escalates. And in this case, the officer actually tased the man while he's sitting in the driver's seat of the car. Like, step one was to tase him.
Why?
Get out of the car.
Why I'm under
Undo the
arrest?
seatbelt. Get out. You're
Why
under arrest.
why am I under arrest?
Failing to comply. Get out of the car.
What? You got my ID.
I'm not having
You
court.
got my
Get out of
ID.
the car.
You got my
Get out of
ID,
the
man.
car.
You got my ID.
Dude, get out of the car.
No, get the fuck back. Don't touch me, man.
Hey,
You not touching me.
no,
Get out of the car. I ain't doing nothing right now.
stop, please.
I ain't did nothing, man.
And that's where he tases him. He's still sitting in his seat, and then his body just goes limp back against the back of his seat. The officer escalated that situation completely unnecessarily from just 0 to 100. Mississippi is in the 5th Federal Circuit, and there's actually a lot of case law there on cops should not escalate a traffic stop to just tasing somebody. There's a case in particular called Hanks versus Rogers from 2017, where the court denied qualified immunity at an officer who just aimed a taser at a driver and took him to the ground during a traffic stop over a minor traffic offense. And the court made it very, very clear all the way back in 2017 that somebody just questioning an officer's authority, for instance, to get out of the car or to provide certain documentation, or even passive resistance, like when officers are saying stop resisting or give me your hands, but we don't see any punches being thrown, we don't see them attempting to kick or to run or anything active like that, any active resistance, and where the officer escalates straight to violence in response to questions or passive resistance such as this, that is a Fourth Amendment violation, and qualified immunity will not protect the officer. And this is actually a very egregious fact pattern to just tase this guy over a minor traffic offense while he's just sitting in the car. Get out of the car? No. Boom, tase you. They're not allowed to do that.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! What is going on? Oh dear! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh. He's not drunk. We have been working on our car for 2 hours. Please, please. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is he okay? Is he okay?
What were you gonna say? Finish it.
Oh, this is why people are scared of y'all. This is why.
Yeah. That's what happens when you resist from the police, man.
Oh my goodness.
Right off the bat, there was no reason to resort to a taser first. There was no physical resistance. The man was asking questions. The man was challenging or questioning the officer's authority to order him out of the car. Now, as I've explained in other videos, police officers can do that at a traffic stop. They can order you out of the car. That doesn't mean they get to frisk you. That doesn't mean they get to search you. That doesn't mean they get to extend the length of the traffic stop, but they can conduct the remainder of the traffic stop just with you outside of the car for officer safety reasons. But police officers will abuse this. If they feel like you challenged or questioned their authority, the next step is, all right, I'm ordering you out of the car, out of the vehicle. As a punishment, it seems like that's what's happening here, where he says, I believe he says, you must have been drinking. So he's ordering him out of the car, possibly as part of an investigation over whether he's intoxicated. So not for officer safety reasons. He's escalating the situation because that's what he does. And here's yet another video where the same officer is featured. And it's not as egregious as the other two, but you can see that he goes hands-on and wants to go to violence first. He's not willing to discuss anything. He's not willing to answer questions. He's ordering you out of the car and you're going to do it, or he's going to use violence. From my understanding, they had some sort of DUI checkpoint. This girl pulled into her friend's driveway and it was close enough to the DUI checkpoint where this officer thought that it was suspicious. And he goes and pulls up in the driveway and he starts to harass her about it. She feels she didn't do anything wrong. She's sitting in her friend's driveway. This officer is being aggressive and confrontational. He's escalating the situation. And ultimately, you'll see he lays his hands on her. She's filming from the inside of the car. Cops love that. And the friend is filming from off to the side. Cops love that also. I'm surprised he didn't arrest her as well.
Man, get out of the car.
And why do I need to get out of the car?
Alright, you're under arrest.
Why am I under the arrest?
Why is she under arrest?
What did I do?
Get out of the car.
No, literally, why am I under arrest? I pulled up, okay, look, I pulled up to come get my friend.
Alright, get out. You're under arrest.
What?
No!
Get out. Don't make me yank you out.
I'm gonna call my boyfriend. Holy shit!
No, stop fucking touching her!
Shit!
And if you look at the comments to the Facebook videos, and if you look at the comments on the petition to have this guy fired, there are numerous people from that local area who make comments about their own personal experiences with this cop. And it sounds like he is known to act like this, and he's also known for either not wearing a body cam or not turning his body cam on. He doesn't appear to be concerned at all with officer safety. He just orders people out of the car, and if they don't do it instantly, he either tases them or he uses physical violence. You do have to get out of your car if an officer orders you to, but your failure to do so does not authorize the escalation to immediate violence, especially not taser use. In my opinion, this guy is a problem. He is a threat to the safety of the local community there. And I agree he needs to be fired, and he needs to be decertified or whatever they do in Mississippi so that he doesn't pop up somewhere else. How would you like this guy coming to your community and seeing your wife or your grandma or your grandfather with some dumb expired sticker, which we shouldn't have to have in the first place, and then order them out of the vehicle? And if they ask a question, tase them or grab them? Of course not. I will link that petition. I will also put all the raw footage at the blog post, also linked below. I'm sure I'll hear a lot more about this guy. I'll continue to follow this, and hopefully he gets fired. Let's see. If you agree that he should be fired, sign the petition. Exercise your First Amendment rights, because our rights don't end where police officer fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.